Alrighty. Hi everyone, welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and today, I can't really afford to fix the truck right now, so after the other night's escapade. But hopefully some money's coming in like tomorrow, and then I can actually fix the truck. So, today we are filming this, which is my new engine, and all the parts it came with, which was actually a decent bit of parts. And one thing I've never actually seen in person before is a cute little Weber carburetor. These are tiny, honestly. I am amazed, but I think the one thing is, though, that's driving me nuts about this engine, or not about, well, about the engine and also about the carburetor, is all the silicone he used for gaskets and stuff, which I hate seeing this because I'll probably have to go through this entire carburetor to make sure there isn't a bunch of silicone that's gumming up anything else. And the motor is the same thing. It's all over the motor. But yeah, so anyways, so yeah, this is a little Weber. There's a little number on there. I don't know what Weber this actually is. It's a one barrel, as you can tell. Vroom, 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 vroom. With a manual choke, but the manual choke's set to be open all the time. So that's a little interesting. I'm used to that being, they're closed like that and then open. But it's got a return spring on it. So that's a little interesting to see that. Again, something I'm just not used to seeing with that, but not the end of the world. It came with a brand new, still sealed and everything, stamped steel valve cover. I'm not going to use this, to be honest. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. You'd have to modify this anyways to actually use it on your vehicle. Because, well, if you take a look, so it has one hole here, right, and one hole here. They're both identical. They're not big enough to, PCV is going to be shit through that little hole. Same as actually, filling it up with oil. You're going to spill it all over the valve cover because it's just going to overflow into that. What were they thinking when they built this? Beyond that, it looks okay overall. This is actually built to the factory specifications when it comes to, there's these little gaps that are within this in a couple spots. Some of those would be for the factory valve cover gaskets actually have these little tabs on them that are cork and they go right into those slots, which is pretty cool. Mine doesn't have that on Stitch, my aftermarket one, so couldn't utilize that, but that's okay. It also came with a full gasket set for the motor. Well, not full, actually. So it comes with a cylinder head gasket, exhaust manifold gasket, valve cover gasket, which is nice, valve stem seals, all 12, which is cool, and then water outlet, so that'd be your either water pump or, actually probably not water pump, actually. That's probably for the thermostat housing there, I'm assuming. EGR valve and EGR adapter, which we don't need that. So, on my engine. And here is a brand new header, from eBay, which is cool. Which I'm just going to resell this, so if you're interested, let me know. I know, on Flash Shark, you can get them for, I think it's $200, or, it's $155 minus shipping. So, honestly, and that's the company that I work with, and actually these are the same headers, to be honest, as what they sell on Flash Shark, from eBay, at least I'm pretty sure. So, anyway, they look the same, from what I've seen. And, yeah, I'd be asking, about 120 or best offer for it. Like I said, it's brand new, hasn't even been opened. It's brand new. But anyways, let's take a look at the engine here. So, there's some interesting things about this motor, because it is a built engine. This is a 65 200 inline 6, although it's kind of funny because somebody said, are you sure that that's not a 250 because it's got an orange valve cover, which usually indicates a 250? I'm like, I've seen orange valve covers on early 200s, and granted, most of them were red, I will say that, but you can put any valve cover on anything, right? However, the reason how I can tell that this is a 200 and not a 250, see the water pump here? There's 1, 2, and only 3 bolt holes. While on the 250, they'd actually have 4. That's one of the telltale signs. And then also, all of these would have a low mount starter if it was a 250. But you can tell it's up here. Unfortunately, it got bent, this tin. I might be able to straighten it out. It might be good. I don't know. But it has a clutch and everything like that, flywheel. But anyways, so this is a high mount starter, which means it's for a 200, not a 250. So, but as you can tell, this motor is fully built, set up for 3 one-barrel carbs. You know, this will hop up the motor quite a bit. Also, apparently inside it's been shaved 50 thou, and apparently there's adjustable rockers on here. And then inside, it's bored 30 over, and it has an aftermarket cam. Don't know the cam specs because he didn't know. He never had the timing cover off this engine to be able to find that out. And the thing is, this motor apparently has a crack in the block somewhere. I didn't actually ask him where it was. But apparently it's a cracked block. And if you're wondering why there's distributor pieces all over the place, and a dent in this, I had the engine in that tire there, and I was trying to put it up so it's standing up because it was laying down. And, well, unfortunately, it got stuck in the tire, and I was trying to get it unlodged from the tire, and then I lost grip of this, and it fell off and hit the ground, and seems to be unscathed. So there's that. Credit to cast iron. It's pretty tough. But anyways, let's just see what's up with this thing. So I gotta go grab my tools, and then I gotta take off the valve cover and take off a couple other little things, and then go from there. So let's get to it. Alright, well, the valve cover is a little stuck because I think he used some of the silicone on this too to hold this down. Oh, ha ha ha, I forgot one bolt. That would make sense why this is not working. Because there's silicone all over this motor, like even there's some around the head gasket, which is a little worrisome, to be honest, of why he did that, but this should, there we go, come up like that. And look at that. Alright. Let's have a look in there. So, yep, those are definitely adjustable rockers. That's pretty cool. Alright. Let's just take a look at this, because so on the regular 200s, they have a very similar rocker arm to this. Right? But they don't have like the push rods that you can just screw in like that. And that's how you actually adjust these, the rocker arms. And now these look like uprated valve springs. Alas, I don't know what they are. I'll have to, like I said, when I take it all apart, I have to figure that out. Because first up, well, I guess, well, no, actually, I don't have to touch these, I don't think. I think I just have to take these off. And then take the entire rocker shaft off. But, like, looking in here, it actually looks pretty good. Which, he said he had the head off multiple times, so. And turns out there actually was no silicone. It was just the cork gasket, so that's all right. And you can see what I was talking about with those slots, right? You know, the gasket going right through like that. Yeah, so anyways. Alright, let's bust out the impact and figure out what size these are, because I cannot remember off the top of my head. And take all these buggers off. So, one by one. And I was kind of hoping there was head studs on here, but there's not. It's just head bolts, which is fine, honestly. I'm not planning on putting a ton of boost or anything like that to this. So yeah, and right now it's just gonna be NA for quite a while. So let's get to it. All right, as you can tell, we got that apart, and unfortunately, 2 of them stuck to it and then kind of dropped, but they're fine. I inspected them. There's no damage. They're just a little dirty, so I'll need to clean them, but not a big deal. But we're just going to put the push rods in here, and these are specific to this. I can't reuse the ones out of my engine because these are going to be custom length push rods. So I do have to take that into consideration. With this, because at least they should be. With an aftermarket cam, these are going to be a different length, I'm pretty sure. Plus, these are a slightly different style than what I actually have in stitch right now. So, all right, now the fun part. Let's just pop that head right off. So there is a total of 12, and there is a sequence that you have to do to actually unbolt this properly, because you start from the middle and you go doot 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 and doot doot. All right, pretty simple. So I will put you on the time lapse again, and that way. And the reason why you do that is so that you actually evenly take it off, so you don't potentially warp the head. Which, to be honest, it's cast iron, it shouldn't warp, but this is good practice just in case. All right, well, that bolt, the second bolt, it did not want to come with the impact, so I might have to use the breaker bar. I just gotta remember where my breaker bar is. I think it's in the back of stitch. I'm gonna have to look, but anyways, yeah, so I'll have to use the breaker bar for that one, and then we'll continue on using the impact until I need the breaker bar again, because sometimes you need a little more leverage than what that thing can give. All right, I could not find my breaker bar, so I'm gonna be using my 1/2-inch ratchet, and oh right, I can only use one of these. Okay. And that. Okay. Let's just see. Ooh, it's moving the entire motor. You doing this? Oh. There we go. Okay, that one came off. Hopefully, I don't have to use that again, because that's a little sketchy. I will fully admit that. Okay. There we go. All right. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming of impact. Well, move everything out of the way. Let's see if I can get this head off. So, let's see, will it? Oh, I probably have to smack it a little bit just because of the silicone. There we go. That's moving. There we go. Okay. It is loose now. Okay. So, all right. 3, 2, oh shoot. The exhaust manifold's still on. I should probably remove that. Make this easier on myself. What bolt size are those? 1/2 inch, I think? Let's get the exhaust manifold off, so I'm going to need to turn the block a little bit. There we go. I can get in there now really easily. Give me 1 second. Alright, just 2 more, I'm pretty sure. Then this puppy will come. And the exhaust manifold should just drop right to the ground. Unless it's stuck, which shouldn't be though. Alright, are any of these bottom ones in? Oh yeah, they are. Alright, hang on. Okay, that one there. Got that one. That one there. One right there. One right there. Okay. Okay, come on. Get your butt in there. Alright, then this last one, then it should just drop right out, right? Right here. Again, doing it by braille because I can't really see it too well. But, come on, you little bugger. Okay. Let's get it around there. And then get that bugger off so I can actually see the damn thing. So I'm not just doing this by frickin' braille. Yeah, right there. There we go, just like that. Plus I'll make this a wee bit lighter too. And, oh yeah, that's right. Still have the ratchet strap tied to it. Ah, son of a beach. Yeah, which also, transporting this thing, it broke both of my straps that I had holding this thing down, so isn't that just lovely? Also, there's a spider hanging on the exhaust manifold, and hey, the exhaust manifold is, nope, never mind. That was the leg of the spider that I saw there, so, yeah, people might think, oh, how can you be around spiders and not be afraid? That's because when you work on old cars, spiders are just part of the job. They're everywhere. You have a car sitting out in the field, you're gonna find like 30, 40 spiders in that damn thing. Alright, there we go. That's junk. You know, just scrap metal. And okay. Now, and okay, that hasn't been added to this one yet, and there, holy crap, was this thing running super rich. Like, there's a ton of carbon deposit in here from it running extremely rich. I'll get it up into the box of the truck, and I'll show you guys. Like I said, all this fucking silicone. Like, Chris, what on earth are you doing with the silicone, man? That's just, you don't need to use silicone on a head gasket. You should never use silicone on a head gasket. It seals perfectly. But yeah, anyways, okay, let's try this again. Alright. Okay, spider. The one thing is I don't want it near me, like super near me. No, don't go into the motor. Just there. You're on the ground now. Okay. Alright. See if we can do this. 3, 2, 1. Oh. There we go. Alright. That was nowhere near as heavy as the first time. And holy crap. Alright. Well, there's some rust in these pistons. Luckily that I was not, I mean, there's rust in this one. this piston seems to be okay. Some more rust in that one. Jeez. There's no cross-hatching in these cylinders either. Like, I know he claimed it was bored out, but... and there's a little bit of a lip at the top, too. Yep, there is. Huh. Well, I guess we'll find out if they're actually 30 over or not. But, yeah, so anyways, let's see what I was talking about. And this looks like it... Yeah, so, okay, so he wasn't running it with a head gasket at all. Like, there is... Yeah, there's no freaking gasket on there. It's a wonder. Wow, that's why you use so much silicone. Jesus, dude. Frick, luckily I'm just mostly using just the head. I mean, I might use these pistons if they actually are taken over. I'd have to measure them to make sure, but... And also, I mean, they look like factory style pistons, but look at this. There's a lot of... that's almost like when cast kind of corrodes, like aluminum, but they're not aluminum pistons. Oh, they are 30 over. Look right there. 30 over. And there's some marks on the top of this piston. And there's some pitting on it too. Then this cylinder, again, has all this crap in it. So, and that's a cracked piston. So I need one piston. If I was to ever use these pistons, I don't know if I will, but isn't that lovely? And oh, wait, that's two pistons. Yep, there's another piece right there. Fucking hell. I knew it was gonna be not a great motor, don't get me wrong. And I knew he beat the ever-living hell out of this motor doing 5,500 RPM clutch dumps without a locked out distributor while running boost to it. So, yeah. This is, I guess, could be expected. So, like I said, cracked piston. And another cracked piston. Destroyed piston. Do I even want to take out this rotating assembly? Probably not. I'll take the lifters though, because those lifters, they're going to be specific to those push rods. But beyond that, I don't know. Should we take this thing fully apart and see how damaged it is? I'll leave that up to you guys, because I'm going to leave it like this for now. I'm just going to cover it up, and then the head, I'll figure out where to put it. It might just stay in the back of the truck and I'll just cover it up. Yeah. So, anyways, that was much quicker than the last time I pulled the head off. But bear in mind, it's a lot warmer, it's a lot more tired. And, you know, that was, I was also out in the sun all day long too. So today it's been overcasty. It's been kind of nice to do stuff like this. So yeah, that's disappointing. I was hoping to maybe use those pistons in the future, but if I'm gonna use 30, like if I'm gonna bore it 30 over, maybe I just say screw it and not, you know, do that. So, anyways, also, actually, something I guess I should check these out too, because okay, now that we know he was using frickin' silicone for the damn head gasket, that was just dumb as hell. Let's roll this over really quick. Or, well, I guess we don't have to fully roll it over. Let's take a look at the valve. You guys can't really see that. Hang on a second. And look at that. All the silicone blocking a cooling port. It's a wonder he had motor issues. And, you know, there is a little rust on that valve. The spark plug is actually relatively okay there. And again, all these valves will have to be cleaned up. So what I'm gonna do actually is, I'll actually throw this head in the back of stitch, and look at that. Look at all the damn rust in here. Jesus. Like, was this thing at the bottom of a goddamn lake? Obviously he was running with water, had to have been, for all this to be here. And like, I'm gonna take this to my buddy Roy at some point, and I'll let him look over this. I also wanted to check. Oh, actually, that has been ported smooth. Anyways, it's not really rough. So, but look at how rich it was running, right? It's just super, super, you know. Like, see how clean that is? Oh, actually, that one's not. There you go. There you go. Like, a lot of carbon deposit on this thing. So, the fact that he was saying that he drove it the way he was, but yet it's that carbon deposited, that makes no sense. God. He plugged up every, or not quite every, but a lot of the cooling ports on this damn head. That is sad. But something else, though, too, is that I actually have a port divider. So I can divide the two cylinders, and it's supposed to actually help with power. So maybe I can see if he can do that. Although this I might have to get this machined a little bit down. Not a lot, just a quick skim. And it might just be easier to hot tank it, but oh, frick. All right, well, this is not going to go on Stitch anytime soon. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And the only other thing, well, I guess I still have to tear into this motor, to be fair, because I still want to see the condition of the cam. But judging by the rest of this, I wonder if that cam's any good. So we're going to have to see. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was fun to do this, and I kind of miss doing stuff like this, you know? Being able to work on engines and stuff. So yeah, this is fun. This is fun. So actually, there's somebody I could maybe contact about machining and seeing if he could do me a solid and help me out maybe. Just look over the head and help me out with those valves. I mean, I know Roy would, but like he doesn't do like engine machining. So wow, yeah. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more content, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Peace out.